In this lab module, we will see how you can configure the Nova service inside your OpenStack platform to add a new compute node. So if you remember, already we have one compute node in our setup, so that is that node comp 0 0. So we will be adding comp 0 1. So let's do one thing. Let's log into our controller node to verify what is the hypervisor or compute node we have. So let's log in here and source our keystone file. So let's do one thing, OpenStack hypervisor list. So we will see that comp 0 0 is the hypervisor for our OpenStack setup. So what we will do here, we will be adding comp 0 1, that is the second compute node, to the OpenStack platform as another hypervisor. So for doing that, let's log into comp 0 1 node. So that is another node we'll be using to add. So we are already in the node. So we will install the Nova components along with Neutron so that we can configure this node for the lab purpose. So for doing that, we will be installing OpenStack Nova Compute, OpenStack Neutron and OpenStack Neutron Open vSwitch, these three components. So let's copy these three. So it will take some time to install. So some 247 packages will be installing because of this. So once we are done with that, we have to configure compute, the other compute node, that is the compute 0 0 node, for copying that necessary or required configuration file. So for doing that, first we will be modifying the IP tables rule so that our new node will be able to communicate with this existing compute node. So let's go back there and see whether installation is done or not. It's still going on, so give it a couple of seconds to get it to finish. So we'll be seeing that various packages installing, that Python related some packages and all. So let's wait for it to get complete. So as you can see, the installation is completed. So now what we will do, we will be going back to the compute 0 0 node and configure the IP tables rules so that we will be able to communicate with this new node. So let's log in to compute. Yes, we are in that. So let's modify. So what we will be doing, as of now the IP table rules are only to have a particular IP. Instead of that, we will be communicating with a network range. So we will be replacing 32 with 16 so that it will be able to communicate inside the same network. So it's been done. You can verify whether it took any backup or not. So let's do that. Yes, it is a new file and this is the backup file which I have created. So now we'll be restarting the IP table services. So for doing that, systemctl restart IP, sorry, so it's been restarted. So you can verify also IP tables -l. So you'll be seeing these things are replaced as a 16 instead of 32. So once you are done with that, again move back to the new node and we will be copying this IP table file from our existing compute node to the new node. So let's log in again and move the existing sysconfig IP tables to, let's put etc sysconfig IP tables dot bkp. So we have moved it. Now what we will do, will be copying this file from the other compute node and we'll paste here. So it's been copied. So in your case you may not have that passwordless login authentication enabled, so in that situation you need to provide the password. So let's restart IP tables. Also will be enabling the IP table services. So let's verify the IP table rules now. IP tables hyphen else. So we'll be seeing the similar kind of IP table rules are imported in our newly configuring node. So now we have configured the firewall. We'll be configuring the network so that we can add this node to the OpenStack. So here we'll be going with the Open vSwitch configuration method. So for doing that we have to create a new file called ifcfg-br-ex. So this will be a new interface called br-ex. So that interface will be adding into our OpenStack. So this is like bridge interface. So let's create that, and before that we clear the screen and if config and grep for the hardware address. Sorry, I have to give hyphen I. No, sorry. So okay, so this is our hardware address. So keep a note of your MAC address as a hardware address so that you can use that inside your configuration file, or else you can use this command to save it in a variable and then use that. So now if you want to see echo $mac, sorry, so you will be seeing the hardware address. So let's create the new file etc sysconfig network scripts, then ifcfg -br-ex. So what you can do, you can, here we will be doing the copy pasting. So you can copy paste this content in this file. So in this MAC address we have to replace with your actual MAC address. Let's save it and come out and then copy this and come back again to that shift G last line and you paste it here. So here what we are doing, that network manager control we are putting no. If you remember that we discussed that OpenStack doesn't work with your network manager, so that we are disabling this device will not be controlled via network manager, and onboard yes means it will be enabled whenever server is booting up. User control yes, PRDNS yes, persistent DSC client is 1, device is br-ex, there's a device name, and device type is OVS, that means Open vSwitch. Here we are using OVS boot protocol is as a DHCP. So if you are having static IP, you can go ahead with the static, and you have to, in that case you have to define the IP address and gateway and network address details in this file, and then we are giving the actual hardware address, it will be binding. So in our case it is ETH0. So you have to verify which interface we are going to add it in this br-ex interface as a backend interface, so that one you have to put it here. So once you're done with that, save this file and come out. So also you need to modify your eth0 file also. So it's sysconfig network. Let's first take a backup. If cfg eth0, or instead of that we'll move it here. If cfg hyphen eth0 dot bkp, I'm keeping it in my home directory, that root directory. So let's move this. So it's been moved. Now we'll create the file for our eth0. So let's copy this content over there. So let's vi etc sysconfig network hyphen scripts if cfg hyphen eth0. So here you paste this content. So device is eth0, device type is obvious because this device is also going to get control via Open vSwitch. So type is like OVS port, that means it is a backend port for our Open vSwitch. And what is the bridge for this particular physical device? That is the OVS bridge equals to br-ex. So that was the previous configuration file we created, and on boot is yes and boot protocol is none. So here not required any IP assigning technique, so boot protocol is none. So save this file. So let's verify again both the files have been created properly or not. So one file is this one and another one is eth0. So once you are done with that, you have to restart your network services. So let's copy this and restart our network service. So it may disconnect the session. We will reconnect it back to see it's been done properly or not. So network is restarted properly and we are able to connect the server. So this is the IP we are seeing. So if you see here now, instead of eth0, IP is assigned to br-ex. That's the bridge interface, where eth0 see doesn't have any IP assigned. So you can see this inet flag is empty, whereas for bridge interface it has been added. So once you're done with that, you can also verify your bridge interface status by running the command ovs vsctl. So let's do that. So if you do, you will see you have a bridge interface called br-ex. Port is eth0, interface is eth, port is this interface, and type of internal. So you can see your bridge details. Now you are done with your IP tables, that is firewall rules, and your IP configurations and making as a bridge. So if you may think like why we created the bridge interface, that bridge interface is required because whenever you are going to deploy any instance, and if that instance wants to communicate with other instances and also wants to communicate with your compute or controller node and to the outside network, it needs a bridge interface to bind your virtual interface for that particular instance to the physical interface. So for doing that, we need to have this bridge interface configured. So now what we will do, we will configure the compute node. So for doing that, we will be setting few configuration. One is like default availability zone. So that availability zone is by default, in our case is Nova. So we'll set that as a default availability zone. So same thing you can verify from your Nova configuration file also. So let's do that. So let's execute this command in our compute node 1. So it's been done. So you may check it from this etc new nova.conf file. So let's verify that mode. So this is a configuration file for Nova. So in the default section you can see default availability zone equals to Nova. So whatever you have set, that's been reflected. So once you are done with that, we will be copying this Nova, Neutron and that Open vSwitch related configuration files from our existing compute node, that's a compute 00, and replace it here, so that you no need to make again full changes or manually configuring this configuration file. So let's move the Nova configuration file. So for doing that, this is the command. So Nova configuration file is etc nova.conf. So we are taking a backup of that, and then we are taking a backup of Neutron configuration file. So that's /etc/neutron/neutron.conf. so that is also we are replacing, and then we will be taking a backup of Open vSwitch agent file. So all these three files we have taken backup. Now we will be copying back these files from our compute 00 node. So that's the existing compute node. So it's been copied. Now copy the Neutron file also, and copy the Open vSwitch configuration file. So all these three files have been copied. So once you copy these files, you need to verify the permission. So if you see the old files, so it was with root and Nova, whereas Neutron, if you see, it is with root Neutron, and if you see that Open vSwitch, it is with also root and Neutron. So let's do that. So Nova is done. Let's do it for Neutron, and then let's do it for Open vSwitch. So all this thing. So also you can check that AC Linux tagging, so that you will have the proper AC Linux tagging. So you can do the restore con on this Nova and Neutron directories. So both are done. So what we did, we copied that Neutron and Nova related configuration files from existing compute node, that comp00, to the new node comp01. So here you need to remember one thing, in that configuration files, if you have any specific node related information, that you need to change accordingly your new node. So like you may have the IP address in internal network for your Open vSwitch, so that you need to change and make it for the new node. So let's open this file. So we'll be checking for the IP details. So let's look for that particular point called local underscore IP. So let's put local underscore IP. So in the local underscore IP, here you can see is a 30. So for us it is 31 in compute 01 node. So make change in this part and save it and come out. So now we will configure for nova.conf. so here you will have a proxy, VNC proxy details. So let's look for that, or instead of that we will look for comp 00 and we'll look. So VNC server proxy client address you can see here is a comp 00. That's the old compute node. So we'll make it as a comp 01 and we'll save it and come out. So once you're done with these two configuration changes, verify the host name is proper in this system. So you do by checking that host name CTL. So here you can see the host name is set properly, comp01.example.com. So if it is not set properly, either set it with hostname CTL -- set, or you set it in the file cat etc hostname, so that you have the proper hostname configured. So once you done with these changes, you have to make modification in the compute node to allow traffic from this new compute node, because till now we had it only one compute node, so it was only allowing traffic for that particular compute node. So now we have another one, so that we need to allow for this, as both these compute nodes are in the same network range. So if we allow only for this network address, then both the nodes will be able to communicate. So we'll make that change in compute node. So let's log into our compute controller node. So ctrl dot example.com. So before making changes to the IP table rules, we need to stop the OpenStack service. So OpenStack service, you do first status check, it should be running. So you can see it's running. So you need to do stop before making the IP table changes. So let's stop it. So it takes some time, because if you see like lots of processes are running for on the controller node. So you need to stop all the services before making any changes to the IP table rules. So now we will verify that service is stopped or not. So you can see is all are inactive. So let's clear this screen and let's make changes to the IP table configuration file. So it's been changed. So you can cat also this file to see whether it's been changed or not. So you can see all are changed to 16. So let's clear this and restart the IP tables rules. So it's been restarted. So verify, you will be seeing like all are been changed to 16. So now the new compute node will be able to communicate with our controller node. So now we will be going back to our controller node, new controller compute node, and verify the services, enable and start the services. So let's log out of controller node and log in back to the compute node. So let's clear the screen and we'll be enabling and starting the services. So here we'll be starting the service Open vSwitch, Liberty, Neutron Open vSwitch agent, and OpenStack Nova compute service. So these services will be starting and also will be enabling. Let's start this first, and once we're done with that, we will be again verifying the Open vSwitch status, and we'll see what is the change done in that output. So So this service will started. So here one thing, if you see like service is taking long time, and if you want to check the logs, you go back to your Nova configuration logs in your compute node and check for this log file, and you may see like some timeout values, like where you can see like some timeout happen. So that's because if you remember, we stopped the compute OpenStack service in the compute node, and then we made changes to the IP tables, but we forgot to start the service. So because of that, when we tried to start the OpenStack related compute related services in our newly configured compute node, it was getting timeout values. So same thing, you can confirm, you come back to your controller node and run for status, you will see like all are inactive. Then once you start it back and again it goes into active state, in that case you will see like your compute is been added properly, and this will be coming out of this prompt. So once you start, you just make it enable also, so that next time when your server restart automatically, it will also start the related services. So it's been enabled. Now we will verify the Open vSwitch configuration. So let's do that over vctl. So you will see previously only it had a single entry for breach port. This was the entry it had, but now if you see, you will see like a lot of entries are coming, like breach truncated, and all these informations will be coming, and breach internal. So this kind of breach interface it will create, so that you will have the properly configured breach on your compute node. So now we will go back to a controller node to verify the compute services and also the compute nodes. So for doing that, we will source the keystone file. So let's source it v3 only. So OpenStack compute service list. So let's see what all services are running and all. So you'll see Nova compute, there are two entries are there, one is comp00, one is comp01, and both of them are enabled and state is as up. So both of them are registered here properly. So also you can do OpenStack hypervisor list. If you do, you will be able to see both the compute node. So like this, you can add your other new compute node to your OpenStack platform, so that you will have multiple hypervisors running for your OpenStack.